Hello, my name is Ilya. I'm from Mumiy. We are from Vladivostok, Russia, and you're watching AU Review.
Welcome to South by.
Oh, thank you very much.
Is it your first time playing South by
No, not
Southwest?
really. Actually, we've been here before. We've been to Austin without South by, so we know place pretty well, and I enjoy it all the time. I'm bringing friends here every year, so we haven't like it become a meeting place for our friends. Yeah.
That sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. You spent a bit of time in America, though. I think I saw you at Culture Collide a couple of years ago in Los Angeles.
Yes, we are, and we're touring here. We're also learning here, and all those festivals basically gave me a lot of experience. And right now we're building one in our hometown in Vladivostok.
Yes, tell us a little bit about that.
Which is Vladivostok is a kind of the end of Trans-Siberian. Even it's on the Russian Pacific coast. It's like 10 hours flight from Moscow, and also only 1 hour flight from Tokyo, Seoul, Beijing. So we're in a bit of New Asia geographical location, and this place is quite exciting now because even here in South by you probably see a lot of like young Asian bands who's coming like more and more here, and modern music scene is really developing now in all those countries which used to be not very rock and roll countries at all. So I'm really glad to be a part of this new movement, which we trying to lay a foundation based on our experiences and feelings and hopes and ideas. So it's pretty exciting.
And your music.
And our music, yes.
So tell us a little bit about your music. I know there was an album released back in 2013, but we haven't heard a new one for a little while.
Yeah, for a little while. We just finished it, and we wanted to give some sort of presentation this week at South by, but I guess the album release will be in a couple of months from now on. But definitely those our old friends and new friends who would visit us at Lucille on Saturday, tomorrow at Russian House, International Stage at Convention Center this afternoon, would have a chance to have a peek at new songs as well as kind of rock hits. We entertained audience for a little while already.
So tell me a little bit about the music scene in Russia. Is there avenues to tour the country? Like
it's quite a market apparently, not only for domestic bands but also like for international. This is a thing we're trying to develop and even advise people on those, because there is lots of places to explore. Everyone knows like Moscow and St. Petersburg, but in fact you can travel all the way to Siberia and Russian Far East, and especially those bands. Now I'm really advocating for my hometown. Those bands who's now like trying to explore Asia, for instance, like established places like Japan or like Indonesia or like South Korea. I mean, they can easily add more Russian dates to it because it's easy flight. Sometimes they have a trains and the audience is really grateful, because we didn't have much of music happened for last 15 years there, because everyone's been obsessed with central territories, but there are lots of places to explore, lots of new audience to find, lots of nice places to see.
And tell us a little bit about when we come to see you. What is an experience like for that live experience?
Live experience. All my life we are talking about live experience, and I guess that life goes on. This is a main experience. We've been around for quite a while. I still, when I started, my first band, I remember, Soviet Union era, which was like totally different to what's going on now. Some people, like it or not, and lots of changes. And I guess all those changes really influence what we're doing in music. we're never afraid of changes.
And never afraid to put on a good show.
Yeah, never afraid to put it in good show, and never afraid of challenges. That's why we're here.
Well, one thing you haven't done yet is made it to Australia. You haven't come to Australia yet.
We haven't made it even on the map. It's so close, isn't it?
not that far.
Yeah, and obviously, our festival Vladivostok Rocks, V Rocks. We call it. So basically established for Pacific Rim countries only, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we've been in talks with few Australian organizations and bands and tech companies who's willing to explore that, part of the world. So hopefully, even started this year, we will see like first Australian ambassadors in Vladivostok. You're always welcome. It just takes, a little voyage up north.
It certainly does. Well, I certainly hope that happens. We'll get the word out for you. And in the meantime, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, absolutely. See you soon.